Hello and welcome to my channel. I would like to show you where I am with my latest Slowstitch project and a couple of other bits of squares, bits and pieces that I'm doing at the moment. So and at the end of this 5-minute little video, I'll include some footage of a walk that we had, me and my brother, around the country this afternoon. So first of all, this is a Slowstitch sample book, journal, fabric book. It's not finished yet, probably never will be. I need to add some buttons and final bits and bobs, but I thought I'd just show you where I am at the moment. So this is about 8 inches in total. It's on old vintage fabric. And I love the colour red, so I thought there's a little bit of green in there as well. I'll show you where I am at the moment. It's got a lot of stitching down there. This is an old label that was on a vintage tablecloth that I bought from eBay a while ago. Vintage fabrics, vintage button, most of it is vintage, old and vintage. Very simply made. Turn it over. So I've not finished the spine yet. I thought I'd put a bit of fabric on there maybe. And the back then this is cotton, old cotton that I found in a charity shop ages ago. Each little piece is vintage as well. Included the words backstitch only because that was printed on the fabric. And it's not actually, well, I suppose it is. It's more of a running stitch, which I love and enjoy. It's simple, can't go wrong. Very easy to do. Bit of lace. So I might put more pages in, but at the moment I need to set it aside because I've spent a fair bit of time on it, and it's always nice to start something fresh and new, which is what's happening underneath the plate there. That's a different story altogether. So let's turn it over. Let's have a look, see where we are. It's all mainly vintage bits of fabric that I've collected over the months, if not the years. So obviously this is a vase. I was going to put some flowers on there originally, but there's no room. And bits of fabric there, a couple of French knots, more running stitch just around the edge. There we go, nice and simple. This one it's two pages, but it should be stitched in at some stage down the spine, but I've not done that yet. This is French knots, the words French knots, and bit of fabric, bit of cotton, I think, or was that linen? I think it's linen. I've sort of tried to cover every piece of fabric. That's where I am at the moment. Obviously needs an extra piece there, maybe some buttons, maybe a bit of lace, who knows. Then I turn it so that obviously goes inside there, eventually be stitched in. So if I turn it over, it's just ended up as a pocket. It's all stitched on a chair back, hence this is why it's got this bit of lace. I didn't stitch that on, it's part of the chair back. Again, it's a paper label from Irish linen from a tray cloth. This is a really old one. Just stitch that on. Suffolk poke, bits of fabric, bits of lace. I was going to keep to a red theme, but this I found that I did about a year ago. It was just a square, which I put a Suffolk puff on, and I thought it's so pretty I need to attach it to something. So there we go, it ended up in there. I'll probably cover that eventually, maybe. Add a few more embellishments. Just there we go. So I turned this piece of fabric over and attached it to the chair back. Again, paper, well, obviously some buttons. They were, in fact, the buttons that were attached to that was a couple of those little plasticky ones, British made. Don't see that on very often on anything. I've just attached a bit of fabric to it. Fabric that had that type of flower on it. Got a little bit more over here that I can show you. It's obviously a fabric that included all the rose bushes, and I just cut them off and attached them to another piece of chair back, I think. So there we go, there's that. And then this one probably looks better like that actually. It's couching, running stitch, a blanket stitch, and then triangles and squares. Cross stitch, quite a lot of stitching on this, which, as you know, does take time. It's part of the mindful process, I think, which I thoroughly enjoy. You can perhaps stitch for an hour, put it down, pick it up the next day and do a little bit more, and that's what happens with me. And then the last page at the moment says back stitch. This was obviously a bit of frill. We are running stitch there, so it's looking quite good at the moment. Probably not finished. Needs to go to one side at the moment. This is a lovely, I picked this up in a charity. It's a crochet doily, heavy, nice and heavy, heavily crocheted. Whoever did that took a lot. It took a lot of time. There we are. Fits on my little plate quite nicely. Just quickly go through a couple of squares that I've sewn. Different sizes, whatever took me. We have still yet to finish that off. Again, another chair back or tray cloth. Sometimes you don't know what to sew, and these squares are the result of that, really. I think, oh, I need to sew something. What can I do? I know, I'll pick up some fabric, see where it leads me. So this, I was actually practicing some blanket stitch. Turned out quite nicely, actually. Quite like it. And a little bit of running stitch. That's probably basically the same size as that. There we go. This is, what do you think that is? It's a mushroom. Do you see? Mushroom on a square. On another square. So that goes in obviously under there. Do you see it? Quite enjoy doing that on the weekend. You can see it, but you can't. Yep. And then the last one is, well, this is again smaller square. I transferred dots on there. That's why it's come out so neat. Piece of wadding in between. Don't know where that's going to go, but there we are. I've got those there. And my latest project is more on greys or linen at the moment. Quite like my circles. Attached a button. These are not sewn on yet, but I think that's my next stage. It's a square fabric that I found. I just pull over this box. This came in the other day. I ordered it from a local seller. It's all greys and blues. So I thought I'd keep going with those, use those, try and get a theme going. A lot of blue in there, so blues and lovely bit of cotton, lovely bit of linen there. So that's where I am at the moment. This is on calico, so I thought I'd attach all my squares to the calico. It's going to take me ages. I'm in no rush. think I'll sew those 3 on there now and then see where I go from there. That's where I am at the moment. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's actually 10 minutes. So I'm going to pause it there and then just add a couple of minutes of my lovely little quiet walk this afternoon, and that's where I am at the moment. Thanks for joining me. If you could like and subscribe, it does help my small channel, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye bye.
Electric. Well, a bit of an me.
It'd be lovely.
Dream,
That would be really nice.
probably just wanted to be with you. That's the point. They've got a lovely garden anyway, that over there, that'd be worth.
Yeah.
You know, they'll open their house up. You know, they open their houses up. You know, they open their houses up, people are going.
I know, yes please.
Yeah.